Hello everybody, and today we're going to be talking about Flamingo, and I don't really want to make any more videos on this, but I do want to go ahead and discuss what it means to get canceled, and did Flamingo actually get canceled? Because a ton of people inside my last video were saying, hey, he didn't get canceled, so we're just going to be taking a look at the definition of canceled and seeing if he fits the definition or not. Now before I start, since I know a ton of you guys probably have already disliked the video, I want to go ahead and say, please try to watch this video inside of its entirety, or at least a quarter of it or something, to really get the full understanding of what I mean. I'm not trying to cancel Flamingo, and I'm not the one canceling Flamingo, and I don't think he should be canceled. But is he being canceled? Let's find out. Now, make sure you guys go ahead and tell me your opinion down below on this entire situation, and of course, tell me if you disagree or agree with me currently that he has gotten somewhat canceled. Also, like the video and subscribe with notifications on if you guys want more videos like this in the future, talking about different situations like this Flamingo situation, and of course, just normal commentaries in general, talking about different things going on in the community. Before we start, since I know a ton of you guys disagree with me, I'm going to go ahead and say something that we can mainly all agree on, and that's the definition of getting canceled. Right here it says, which essentially means they're boycotted by a large number of people, sometimes leading to massive declines in a person's fan base and career. This usually begins when a person says or expresses an opinion that is bad in some way. Now, of course, this is also not only including bad stuff, it can also be stuff like a joke. Even if it wasn't intending to offend anybody, it still can be seen as offensive. Because in the end, it's subjective whether something's offensive or not. It might not be offensive to you because it's not aimed at your target demographic. For instance, if somebody said a derogatory term for a trans person to me, I'm not trans, so why would I be offended? And that goes for pretty much everything in the world. For instance, I wouldn't want somebody to just throw change at me, but a homeless person might want that. So everything really is subjective when it comes to being offensive. And therefore, since it's subjective, some people might want to cancel you for stuff that other people wouldn't cancel you for, such as jokes, and somebody might find a joke not offensive while other person might think it's the worst thing in the world. Going back to the definition of getting canceled, they are boycotted by a large number of people. If you guys don't know what boycotting is, it's basically where a ton of people say, hey, I'm no longer going to support you or watch your videos until you apologize or change something about yourself, or we'll just never watch you in general. Of course, this has happened to Flamingo. A ton of people stopped watching him. Of course, you can never really put a number on it, but I know since his fan base is so large, there's obviously a ton of people that hate him. With a large fan base comes people hating you for small reasons or reasons that I would find insignificant. Maybe you don't see them as insignificant, but a lot of people do. As you know what people say, your haters scale with your fans. Therefore, he has so many fans, therefore he has a lot of haters also, which is also known as people boycotting you and no longer watching you because they don't like you. For whatever reason, maybe they think you changed since Albert stuff, etc. It doesn't really matter, but in the end, they are boycotting you and they're no longer going to watch you. Now, some people may argue nobody with an actual fan base hates Flamingo, but then I point you to Lisa Gaming, the ultimate hater of Flamingo, and she also has a huge platform, so I would definitely count that as a person who's boycotting Flamingo that has a huge platform. Now, I feel like that would check off our box for they're boycotted by a large number of people. Next, the definition of canceling says, sometimes leading to a massive declines in the person's fan base and career. Now, does Flamingo have massive declines in his career? You could look at the Albert Stuff channel and say yes, he has lost so many views that maybe he does have a permanent stand in his career. But I wouldn't really say that, therefore, you can just point to the word sometimes, and people don't always lose a ton of fans when they get canceled. Therefore, that doesn't really matter, and we can go ahead and just negate that. Moving on to our last golden rule of getting canceled, it says, this usually begins when a person says or expresses an opinion that is bad in some way. Now, of course, as I said before, whether something's offensive or not is, of course, subjective. One person might think it's offensive, and one person might think it's not. So, in the end, he did make edgy jokes, whether you think they're edgy or not. Some people do, therefore they're boycotting him, and he got canceled on their behalf. So if you guys want to know who actually canceled Albert, I would go to these people who do not like him and think these are offensive, and those are actually the people who are canceling him. Now, his jokes, whether you think they're offensive or not, count for our last portion of the definition of getting canceled, therefore making him fit the definition of getting canceled. there you have it. Now, whether you support konekokitten, in his opinion, on Twitter, he said, if you think the stuff with Albert was about canceling, it proves you didn't do any research on the situation. This was purely about accountability for his past and the stuff that he said on his channel. Nobody wanted him generally canceled, just for him to say, yeah, this was wrong, sorry. By konekokitten saying nobody wanted him canceled, it's just one of the least logical things I've ever heard, because obviously people want Flamingo canceled. Whenever you have 6 million subscribers, someone always wants you to be canceled. Someone always hates you. There's really no way around it. You could be the most lovable person out there. You could be Mr. Beast. People still want you canceled because hate scales with popularity. Even people with huge platforms like Lisa Gaming want Flamingo canceled. So there's no argument towards that. Was this about accountability and growth? Yes, it was. However, for some people, actually a lot of people, it was just about canceling him. The people who sifted through hundreds and hundreds of hours of his old content, looking for something, anything worth being offensive over, those people are trying to cancel him. And those people will apparently stop at nothing to cancel him. And all these videos that he deleted, they're not gone. Everything on the internet stays on the internet, quote unquote. But yeah, people have so many archives of it. I'm pretty sure people are even going to starting channels of just archives of his entire channel. So people are going to sift through that, and I don't think this ever will actually end. So I like to say and repeat again, because some of you guys still don't get it. I am not trying to cancel Albert. I enjoy Albert's content. In my opinion, he's done a lot of good. He's donated to different charities, helped people out. Probably didn't even deserve his help in general, and he did it anyways. I can understand how people get offended over this, because people get offended over everything. And in the end, should he get canceled? No. But did he? Yes. Whether you find all his jokes offensive or not, out of 7 billion people on the planet, somebody is going to find those jokes offensive, and when they do, best be sure that they're gonna try to cancel him. And should you attack these people? No, because obviously, if you guys are trying to cancel Albert after all the good stuff he's done for stuff he's did 4 years ago, that's kind of sad. Because what you did in the past doesn't really define you, and depending on how bad it is, of course, but yeah, he didn't do anything bad enough for the past to define him as a person today. So I wouldn't really cancel him or try to do any of that stuff, because there's no point. He's a different person than he was 4 years ago. That being it, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe with notifications on, and like the video. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord down below, because if you guys want to message me about anything I said in this video, or you guys want clarification or something like that, or along those lines, make sure you guys just go ahead and message me on Discord. I always message back most of the time. Sometimes I'm busy because, you know, school and stuff, but I will message you back, and I will get back to you. Of course, don't like raid my Discord server or anything like that, but yeah, I will get back to you. Tell me your opinion down below. Do you think he should get canceled or not? Did you find his jokes offensive or not? Because I know some people actually did and some people didn't. Everybody's different, and yeah, don't send anybody hate. Don't send Albert hate. Don't send anybody hating on Albert hate. Don't send hate to Lisa Gaming. Don't send hate to anybody, because that's not the way it's done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and goodbye.
Got my eyes on a computer screen, trying to work my digits in. I fidget with my lettering, but never with my sentences. I pause and check the clock, and it appears at 6 a.m. again. Another night wasted or another day finished, and my mind is steady running in place. I don't want to fall asleep, cause I got so much to say, but I don't want to stay awake and keep exhaustion at bay.